Jem, and I'm a twin mama. If you are pregnant right now, congratulations, you chubby lady. And if not, if you are trying to get pregnant and you are wondering how polycystic ovaries might affect that, I hope this video will help you out. I knew when I was a teenager that there was a very strong chance that I had PCOS because my mum had struggled with it for 15 years whilst trying to conceive my sister, and I knew that I also had a lot of the symptoms that PCOS presents. And it was only this, last year that I found out for certain that I had polycystic ovaries, and that was because we'd been trying to conceive for about 4 months, which isn't long. But I said to my doctor, okay, so we're trying to conceive, but I feel like there is something wrong. I feel pretty unwell now that I'm not taking contraceptives, and I'm noticing a lot of sort of inflammation symptoms that make me think that there is definitely a problem with my lady stuff. And I was right. We had the test and he said, yep, there's a good chance that you will struggle to get pregnant if you can get pregnant. And it was nothing that we didn't suspect, and we'd always said to ourselves, okay, fertility is not a given thing. It's not a certain thing. It is a blessing that some people have and some people don't, and we should prepare ourselves for that. So once we found out that I was polycystic, we just said, okay, well, we're going to have to change tactics. So this is what we did. We'd already been changing our diet in the few weeks before that. So I guess by the time I got pregnant, I'd maybe been following a polycystic diet for probably about 7 or 8 weeks. And that involved focusing on having high, good quality dairy in my diet and lots of anti-inflammatory foods. So a typical day for me was things like breakfast would be Greek yogurt with almond butter, bananas, and really good quality wild honey. And we would cancel out all the gluten from our diet, which was definitely causing a lot of inflammation for me. When I was close to the ovulating part of my cycle, I would notice that if I was to eat something like real pizza, my stomach would become really inflamed and bloated, and I would feel that kind of periody pain that I obviously shouldn't be feeling at that point in my cycle. So we were like, okay, there's something to this gluten thing. We'd read a lot about gluten being a problem online for polycystic ladies, and we decided to kind of switch everything for chickpea flour. And immediately I noticed a huge difference where I was not having any of those inflammation symptoms. It was literally a case of overnight I felt a lot better. And we just really focused the diet on things like kale, which are nutrient powerhouse, sweet potatoes, and just going for things that were really nutrient dense, really good health and anti-inflammatory properties, good quality protein like salmon, which is obviously full of really good healthy oils, omega fats. And if you don't know much about following a polycystic ovary diet, I suggest you really look into it, because I don't know if that's the only reason I got pregnant. So if that is the reason I got pregnant, then I highly recommend that you at least try it, because it's not too much of an overhaul. You won't feel like you're missing out on too many things. and you don't have to be 100% strict with it. If you only follow it 90% of the way and only have, you know, 10% little slip ups where you have things that maybe you shouldn't be having, that will still do an amazing world of good to your body and help your body to control the polycystic ovaries. In terms of how that then played out during the pregnancy, the great thing about pregnancy is that polycystic ovaries tend to disappear during pregnancy. The hormones that you produce while you're pregnant, they will naturally cause any swollen cysts that you have to shrink right down. And that normally happens after about the first 12 weeks, because it's actually quite normal in the first 12 weeks for people to have cysts because they've become pregnant. But after the first 12 weeks, they tend to then shrink a little bit, and all those kind of nasty symptoms that you might have with polycystic ovaries, they will disappear, and effectively your condition is maintained and kept nice and stable during pregnancy because of the way your hormones are behaving. So that's a major plus. You'll probably also be familiar that that's what the contraceptive pill does. If you suffer from polycystic ovaries, when you're on contraceptives, you don't have the symptoms because the hormones are in the correct balance to cancel out polycystic ovaries, essentially. When we were pregnant, we didn't have any additional problems as a result of me being a polycystic mum. Obviously, we had a lot of pregnancy issues, including bleeding and headaches and vomiting and, you know, losing large amounts of weight during pregnancy, but none of them can be attributed to me being polycystic before I got pregnant, because like I said, during pregnancy your hormones are keeping all of that at bay. So if you're polycystic and you've been told, okay, it can increase your chances of miscarriage, it can increase your chances of problems, don't overthink it. Most pregnancies are, a topsy-turvy thing anyway. It's a harsh fact, but 1 in every 4 pregnancies fails anyway, normally in the very early stages. But don't go into trying to have a baby when you're polycystic thinking that it's going to automatically doom you. If you really do struggle with conceiving, do try IVF. My mum had my baby sister because she tried IVF, and she was already what they would call, a mature mother age at that point, which was not very old at all. In my opinion, she was only mid-30s, and her pregnancy, once she got pregnant, just was wonderful. So if you're PCOS, there is light at the end of the tunnel. My journey was short and a happy one. It's not like that for every woman. And if you're having a long journey trying to get pregnant, my heart goes out to you, because fertility is not a given, it is a blessing. Some women have it, some women don't, and some people have it and they don't even deserve it, and it's a cruel world that way. And I really hope that if you are trying to get pregnant and you want this baby more than anything in the world, I hope that you get there. And I know that I was ridiculously lucky, and I won't forget it. My name is Jem. If you want to hear more about the ups and downs of twin pregnancy, planning for twin babies, and all of the niggles and problems that you might encounter, then please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will be as honest as I can. Until then, take care, chubby ladies. And if you're not chubby yet, I hope you are soon.